Okay, I'm ready now. My back hurts. I've been a server for about only 2 months now, and within that time, so much crazy stuff has happened. Cheers is a restaurant, and we're known for our pies. We've got so many different pies. We got banana cream, apple, marionberry, lemon meringue, cherry, you name it, we've got it. And some people really love our pies. There was this one guy, 35 years old, just got off of work and was on his way home and dropped right into the restaurant. And what he really wanted was a banana cream pie. But the thing is, we didn't have any banana cream pie. And instead of the guy being like, okay, maybe I'll get another pie, or going home, he decided to throw a temper tantrum. 35-year-old working class blue collared man. He was about 5'10" in stature and had maybe 250 pounds on him. He's a pretty big guy. And he came in there and he really wanted the banana cream pie, but we didn't have any. And so he was throwing a little hissy fit. Manager came right up and he was dealing with the customer and everything. And then the guy was like, I'm gonna kick your guys' ass. And this is a true story. I'm not gonna bullshit any of this. Anything I tell you guys, I'm not gonna bullshit. I'm telling you that right now. He said, I'm gonna kick your guys' ass. And then we tried telling him you gotta leave the restaurant. He's like, no. And so he backed up a little bit. He was like, thinking about it. It's like, okay, maybe I'll get another pie. And the manager was like, no, we're not serving you. And that was hella funny. And just the way that he talked to the guy after he was so disrespectful. The guy was like, oh, I'm getting angrier now. And the guy was like, my manager was like, alright, I'm gonna call the police. And the guy was like, do it. And I was like, oh shit, this is getting real. Took a couple steps back, just looking around, just like, oh shit, this is causing a scene. Everyone's looking our direction. And the guy started getting closer, so I was like, oh shit. And my manager, he's not a fighter, right? Neither am I. I'm not saying I'm a fighter at all, but my manager, right? And I was just like trying to protect the manager. I walked up there trying to get in between them and all that kind of stuff, but started to smooth down a little bit once the manager grabbed the phone, dialed 911, and hey, we got an emergency, blah blah blah, this is the address, and then please come on your way. We got a guy here, he's hostile. The guy was off it. We called the police is on his way, they're gonna escort you out, probably take you to jail. The guy was like, this is gonna be funny. He sat down, police was coming, he was like, maybe I should not get arrested tonight. And then he left the restaurant. And that shit was so funny. So funny. I swear. Oh, this chair's squeaking. This is starting to really piss me off. The fuck are you squeaking? I need a new chair. ASAP. I'll buy a new chair later. Alright, another one. So a girl comes in, and you know, like the really hot girls with their gay best friends, and then a couple of them came in. Alright, and they sat down and was like, ooh, I'm serving them. Gave them the best service of their life. As being a server, y'all know what I mean. So I did a really good job, got a pretty good tip, and at the end of after they left, walked over to the table, picking the stuff up, bussing it, because because where I work, you're not just a server, you're a server, be a host, you're putting people in seats, you're bussing the tables, you're doing all of that, right? And so I was bussing that table, and there was a number laying right there on the counter. I was like, yup, I scored. I scored. And so later that night, went home, I was like, yup, got off work, it was 11:30, was laying in my bed, and I hit that number up. I was like, hey, what's good, this is the server, it's your server. And I was like, oh yeah. And I'm like, yeah, my name's Tommy. All my friends call me Tommy, but my real name is Thomas. And when I started working there, I didn't really correct them. And so everyone calls me Thomas, and that's just how it is. But so I was like, hey, this is Thomas. And I was like, how you doing? I'm glad you left me your number. And I was about to put some game on her. The only thing is, it wasn't a her. It was her friend. Her friend. He responded with, hey, this is Kevin. I was like, no, block. No. Shit's crazy. one thing about this restaurant too is that it's policy that we card everyone. I don't care, or they don't care if you're a 95-year-old woman wanting to drink some wine. And so I gotta card you no matter your age, no matter what you look like. Doesn't matter. I've gotta card you. I'm in trouble. It's actually a $2,000 fine that if I don't card someone and they don't have their identification on them, and then someone in the state verifies that shit, $2,000 fine for me and a $2,000 fine for the restaurant. And I know for a fact I ain't got $2,000 in my pocket to pay that fine. Anyways, though, so I got a card everyone, and some people are really nice about it. Some people are like, oh, like the 35-year-old women, they love it. And I play a good joke on them and boom, get a big tip. But but some people get really, really like upset. Like there was this one guy and he was like ex-army, he was a veteran, and he came in and he was sitting there and he was like, oh, can I get some Bud Light? I was like, we don't got Bud Light, but we got Coors Light. And he's like, oh, he was throwing shade at me, and I was like, okay. And then he was like, just give me that Coors Light. And I was like, okay, I got you. So I went and got the Coors Light, and I brought it back to the table, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot to card him. And so I had the bottle open in my hand. I was like, hey, I need to see your identification. And he pulled out his identification, and it was a vertical card. And for those that don't know, vertical card means you're under the age of 21. Horizontal means that you're over the age of 21. And if it's expired, I can't serve you alcohol. But it was a vertical card, and it was military. So it wasn't a driver's license, it was a military identification. And then this whole thing, this guy threw a fit. And army guys are scary, they get up in your face, and it's crazy. And this guy was throwing his fit, right? And the manager came over and was just like, oh, I don't know what to do because we've never had anyone with a military ID. And so the manager called the bigger manager. And the bigger manager finished it, or did it all out, and then got the guys his Coors Light, but the guy was just a dick. I would bring him his salad, and then he was just a dick to me. And then I'd bring him his food, and he was like, ah, blah, 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 this is wrong. And I was like, nah, that's how it comes with French fries, or blah. And we'd be like, can I get some tartar sauce? I'm like, yeah, sure, bring back tartar sauce. He's like, this isn't enough. She's just a complete asshole. And you get that when you become a server, and it's known. There's people in this world that are assholes. Alright. I'm going to tell you guys about the most trouble I've ever gotten at work. Alright, I know I've only worked there for like a month and a half, 2 months now. I don't know exactly, but the most trouble I've ever been in. So one of our managers, he doesn't work there anymore, but his name is Jeff. May or may not be his real name. Anyways, it was a busy night. There was three servers on the floor, and I had quite a few tables, and I was pretty new at the time. And there was this really old lady. She was like 95 years old, man. And she couldn't eat her food. It was a pot roast, and it was just mashed potatoes and like really soft vegetables and really soft meat. And she couldn't eat it. Like she would take it, and she was like crying, and tears were coming down her face. And her daughter was like, "Hey, can you please? I'm praying. Please, just like, can you blend this up for me, or blend this food up for her? She can't eat it. Can you like turn it to a smoothie or a drink or something? Put some gravy inside the blender and all that." I was like, okay. And so I took the blender and I put the pot roast in it, and we were busy, man. I'm telling you, we were busy. And so I threw that in there, and I put it in the blender, blended that food up, got it really nice and like blended for them. Poured it out, took it back to the table, and then I was cleaning it, and like Jeff saw, or the manager saw all this, and he was off that. I don't know what happened the night before. I don't know if he was in a bad mood, but he was off that. I got written up for that. I've been written up 3 times for work. Oh my god. But honestly, I don't really care. Like this. Okay, so working as a server at a restaurant, like a Red Robin, for example, they want you to have a year's worth of experience. Working at a high-end restaurant, like a Daniel's Broiler, you gotta have like 4 years under your belt. You gotta go to etiquette school. This isn't no joke. Servers actually make a lot of money, so it's really competitive. Like some nights I'll make around $300 in a night. Make $300 in a night in just tips. That's crazy. That puts me at like $45, $50 an hour. It's crazy. And I work at the place I work at is just a small diner, right? It's crazy how much you get in tips. But if they fire me, I've already got experience under my belt now. So now I can go to a different restaurant. I tried applying for like a Red Robin, tried applying for a couple other restaurants, but they were like, no, we can't really train you right now. And so I applied for Sherry's. It's like an intro level thing. And usually people, they train, like first timers that go to Sherry's, they train them for like 3 weeks. See, we have this person right now that's been in training for 6 weeks. 6 weeks they've been in training to become a server. I was there for not even a full night. I was there for like 4 hours and they already had me working. They're like, we're too busy, you're on the floor. And I was like, I don't know anything. I was like, I don't know shit. I don't even know the fucking menu. And the menu's long. It's not just like a dinner menu or a lunch menu depending on the day. It's breakfast, lunch, dinner, all day, every day. It's so stressful. That was 2 days later, I was a full-fledged server in the system, everything. And it was crazy because no one's ever become a server that quick after training, and they just threw me to the dogs. And that's probably why I've messed up a little bit. Sometimes mess up a lot. But lately, my tips have risen. When I first started working, I would average at like $18 an hour. For those who don't know where I live, minimum wage is 11, and then including tips, minus that out, do the math, calculations, numbers come flying down. I was averaging around like $18, $18 an hour. But right now, each night, I'm averaging around $30, $40, $50 an hour, and it's crazy how much money I make. I'm gonna get that S2000 I want. For you that don't know what an S2000 is, it's a race car. It's a race car. It's a race car. And right now I have an Acura RL, white Acura RL, and my car is filthy and it's fast, and it's Honda. Well, for those that also don't know that, Honda makes Acura, so it's the whole engine, transmission, everything that's in an Acura car is in a Honda car, just if you didn't know that. But I want to get my Acura RL, get that thing sold, trade in whatever, and go buy an S2K. It would be filthy. Anyways, we're off topic. Basically, being a server is so much fun. It is so, what's the word I'm looking for? It's so stimulating being a server, where the jobs I've had before were so brain numbing. Going around doing the same thing over and over and over and over. I wanted to shoot myself. Oh my god. Being a server is so stimulating. You're always on the pace. But the thing, working in the diner, is sometimes it slows the fuck down. Have me working night shifts 6 days a week. I only got Fridays off. And some nights it's just so slow. But I'm still averaging hella tips. It's for example, Saturday, I averaged 35%. And you don't know that, so let's say that you got a $100 bill, or the check was $100. I would get tipped $35 of that. That's what that means. It's percentage. And so I averaged 35% out of $1,000. That's $350 in tips in one night. That's crazy. Not many people have got 35% or 35% tips at the restaurant I work at. But I've watched hella YouTube videos about how to be a good server, and like how to get more tips and just shit like that, and the stuff actually works. Like some of it's like obvious, like you want to make sure people's water glasses are filled up, but there's also like how to approach people. Like I've noticed before, like I've done little tests, and like if I cross my arm with my watch over my stomach and hold it like this, and like have my other arm just like holding there, and when I'm talking to them in direct eye contact, way more engaged with the customer, and I've had way big tips. Like for example, today I had a family of 3, and their bill came out to like $60, and they gave me a $40 tip, and they told me that was the best service they've ever had in their entire life. You know how that makes me feel for people to tell me that? It makes me feel so good. But anyways, thanks for listening to me rant about being a server. It's hella fun, and I've got hella stories, and it's just great. It's a big part of my life since I'm working there 40 plus hours a week. And doing full-time school, that shit's hard. I'm telling you, but I gotta pay for it somehow, you know? I'm just grinding, you know? I'm grinding, I'm going to school, I'm working full-time, and I'm investing in businesses, I'm investing in websites. I'm investing in the stock market. I'm actually starting my own business, but I'm not going to tell you guys about that right now. I'll tell you guys about that later on. once I get the whole once I get the whole financial thing figured out, it's new. It's next level stuff. But I'll tell you guys that later. Well, thank you for watching and stuff. If you liked my video, I guess you can subscribe and like down below. And feel free to leave a comment. Tell me something. Troll me. Be like, your hair is fucking ugly. Say something. Say something mean to me. Or say something nice. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to do reverse psychology. Yeah. Well, bye.